Good to go.
Yay, awesome friends. All right, thanks for being here. With it coming toward the end of the fiscal year, we decided to talk about taxes. Super exciting, I know. I promise we have something way more fun when I'm done. Laura has a lot of really fun content for us for some holiday parties. But this is just part of being a business owner, right? Whether it's fun or not, it is still necessary. It is still something we want to make sure we give you tips on. Here is my disclaimer. You guys with me? I am not a certified personal accountant. I actually legally cannot give tax advice. So, some of your questions you might ask me, I'm not trying to be dismissive. My answer literally has to be, you're going to have to ask your tax professional. That's just the truth. What this is about is, as from consultant to consultant, I've been doing this for over 6 years. This is merely advice as a consultant, how I do my taxes, things that I know to be write-offs, and things that might help you in your business. This is more consultant to consultant tips versus actual legal financial advice. Does that make sense? Okay, my tip number one is to have an actual CPA, like an actual certified personal accountant. I don't think TurboTax can do nearly what a human can do. You don't want to miss anything. An H&R Block, honestly, you can go there and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and they're not necessarily trained on a small business. So I would highly suggest getting an actual certified personal consultant, a CPA. You're going to support a local business owner, which is awesome, versus a big corporation. And you're going to find someone who actually knows about small business and knows about direct sales. If you live in the Buffalo area and you need someone, I got a guy. Laura loves him, Stacy loves him. There's dozens of people on our team who go to him now. And he's never steered me wrong in over 6 years of business, and I've never had any complaints from any team members that go to him. I also know that Gina has a person closer to the Rochester area, yeah?
She's actually, we do it all virtual because she's in Pennsylvania, but she's still really good.
Okay, Gina also has a person, Gina also has a person who does things virtually, who I know has done hers for years. Again, never any complaints, and she gets the business. She understands, people who are in direct sales. That's really what's important here, because it's not like when you have a 9 to 5 and you just get a straight W-2 and you hand it in. Right, we have a lot of deductions and things like that. So, what you're going to get from corporate, if you sold at least 5,000 retail in the fiscal year, okay, you are going to get a 1099 from corporate. Either way, you still have to do the math on all your other stuff, but just so you know, you will get something in the mail from corporate. They legally have to send a 1099 to you if you sold 5,000 or more retail in the calendar year, okay? If you have any type of team and you're making an override, if you get any cash bonuses, if you win any trips, anything like that, you're going to get an additional 1099 showing all of that income. All right, so even like my board bracelet, like I pay taxes on it, right? Oh yeah, and like the trips, right? Because it's a tax write-off for corporate when they're spending that money, so someone has to pay the taxes somewhere. Right, free product, bonuses, cash bonuses, override on your team, jewelry trips, anything like that will show up on a separate 1099, okay? So you might get one 1099, you might get two. You'll just have to save them, put them in a safe space. I write like taxes on the front and like highlight it and circle it, and then put it in a file folder. Just have some type of system that you file your stuff, stay organized. You might want just like a little plastic bin with a lid on it. Put something important in there, put it on the top drawer of or top shelf of your closet, whatever your system is to keep like important stuff stowed away. Don't be like me and like lose your social security card like 3 times before you turn 30. Like, just don't be stupid. Whatever. I'd be surprised I don't even have the charger for my thing here. Like, come on. Okay. Some things that you're going to want to have prepared before you go into your CPA. You could just walk in with a box of receipts and be like, here! But they might miss something. Something might be done incorrectly, and you're going to pay them for their time. Right? I do not pay my guy hundreds and hundreds of dollars because I'm in and out in 30 minutes. Because I sit down and do the math beforehand, and I walk in with this. This was literally what I walked in with for him last year, and that's it. And he's like, okay, what was your total for this? What was your total for this? What was your total for this? He types it in, shake his hand, write him a check. He's like, how's your parents? I'm like, good, see you next year. Right? Like, it's pretty simple. What you're going to want to know, okay, is your retail total. Your total purchase from corporate. So maybe you did 10,000 in the year, 20,000, 80,000. The thing is, they don't care retail. You're like, I sold 100,000. He's like, I don't know what that means, okay? You need to do this at your cost. So your buying discount. So if you sold 10,000, but you're at 30%, what's 30% of 10,000? You know what I'm saying? We need to know what that retail cost you to buy from corporate.
So retail total that cost us.
Your cost of the retail total, correct. Now you could just look at your whole retail for the year and be like, okay, I sold 30,000 and I'm at 40% and get it that way. Or you could individually go through each invoice from corporate and add up your total cost from there. Because sometimes we buy in a sale day, sometimes we get stuff on the sale tab. If you are like, I want to know penny by penny, you actually might want to add it up per invoice. If you're like, meh, I can round it, it's fine, I'm not that worried, then look at your retail total for the year, and based on your commission, if you promoted though, take that into account. So from this month to this month, you might have been at 40. And then if you got promoted, from here on, you might be at 50. Does that make sense? So keep that in mind. So we need to know the retail total, but at your cost. What that cost you to get that retail from corporate, okay? You also want to, so that would literally be retail total at my cost, and you would give your person that number. You then want to know the amount of inventory that you had left over at the end of the year. So on December 31st, before you get your pre-sale ready for New Year's Eve, add up, again, at your cost. How much retail was left over at the end of the year in your inventory? Not your demo, just your inventory. But again, at your cost. What did that cost you? And everything else I'm about to give you guys is going to be deductions. These are all tax write-offs. These help you. These are good. Ready? Your business supplies purchased from corporate. So catalogs, order forms, shopping bags, samples. Basically anything you bought under the business supply section. So you can go through every single invoice and add that up. It won't take long. I mean,
spot on the COO.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I didn't want to interrupt.
oh, there is a spot on the COO, isn't there?
If you go into my reports and purchase details, it will, at the end of the year, because right now only like the past year show, but at the end of the year, it'll say 2019, and it'll show total retail at your cost, total tax that you paid to corporate, total shipping you paid to corporate, total donations to PBF that you did to corporate.
And
all
business
of that.
supplies?
Business
Sweet.
supplies, all of it.
So, on the COO under my reports, thank you. Honestly, I have an assistant who does this, and so I just wasn't sure if she added up the invoices or if there was some report. Cool.
You know Roxanne knows.
Yeah, Roxanne knows what's up. Okay, so on the COO under the reports,
Purchase details.
purchase details. Purchase details on the COO. This will do a lot for you. A lot of these things will be there. Cool. So all those business supplies from corporate, that'll be under there. Same with, I was getting to that, you guys just listed everything. Shipping paid to corporate. This is not when you go to the post office. This is shipping paid to corporate. Each time you order and you pay that shipping cost will also be under purchase details. You want to know that info. Same with tax paid to corporate. Will also be there. Same with donations to the PBF. Every time you place your order and you round up or something like that, that will be there. Other things that are write-offs, and these you're gonna have to go through and manually add up. Sorry, with your receipts. So when you guys are out and about and you're spending money on stuff, always save your receipts. A tip I learned years ago was to have little envelopes and have them labeled. So it would be like business supplies, and another one would be like food, and another one would be like tolls. And I put my receipts in my purse, and then like once a week I sit down, I do a purse dump, and I put those receipts in the appropriate envelopes. It is so much easier if you're doing it weekly, or shit, even monthly, than it is if you're going at the end of the year and you're like digging through, because like how many times did you change your purse, and how many times did you change your wallet, and like how bad is your glove box right now? It's fine, it happens, right? But when you're like, oh my god, like, and then we stress about taxes, but it's because like, yeah, like we're just making it worse than it has to be. And especially since some of you guys are so new, your stuff's not gonna be that big, it's not gonna be that hard. Okay, I promise you, this is my full-time career and I'm able to do it completely fine. I promise you, if this is your part-time gig, you're gonna be fine. Key is to stay organized from day one. It makes your life easier. Why make something that's already kind of stressful? Why make it more stressful, okay? So, have some envelopes. And here's some other things that are write-offs. This is good stuff. Any type of advertising or promotion. So, things like Vistaprint, if you're getting business cards done, if you're ordering postcards. If you're ordering any type of labels or stickers or a decal for your car, pens, koozies. My guy splits it up versus business supplies. He puts that in advertising / promotion. So keep that in mind. A separate one would be business supplies. So paper, ink, new stapler, a laminator, that would go under business supplies or office supplies. Make sense? A separate one is electronics. Did you have to buy a new computer, printer, iPad, phone? Put that one under electronics. That's a big one. Any bank charges. Do you have a bank that charges you a fee? I mean, first of all, switch, because there's free ones. But if anyone wrote a check and it bounced and you had to pay that fee, anything like that, bank charges, they might be minimal, but hey, it's technically a write-off. Write it down. In case it ever happens in the future, you know that you include it. A bank charge is a write-off. This is a huge one. All your credit card processing fees. And whether you use Square or PayPal, whatever you use, there's a report you can run on that website too. You don't have to go through and add up every single thing. You can look it up for the year. There's a total. Boom, done.
They also send you a 1099.
And they do send you a 1099 thank you, and you'll want to have that on hand too. Back to the 1099 section. Write that down. You might get one from Square or PayPal, depending how much you're using it. I don't know if you go to My Guy, he doesn't ask for it, but like it's just good to have it filed with your paperwork just in case. But those credit card fees, that's huge. Postage. Another one that's huge. Anytime you are mailing packages, buying stamps, add all those receipts up too. Any type of training. So when you pay to go to a bus tour, I don't care, it's just $10. Put it off on your taxes. Right? National training, retreats. I have a Cosmo subscription. That is a training material. Thank you very much. Any books you buy, go on Amazon. How many of you guys have bought self-development books, sale books? That's training. Write it off. Any type of education like that related to our job.
Does makeup like go?
Oh, girl, please. I wish.
I'm like, does makeup go
wish.
for this? It's like business supplies.
I know.
We need this.
I know, right? Unfortunately.
That's my problem. I'm like, I got BoxyCharm. Because that be a write-off, please?
Because you know my dumb ass asked him. Hair, makeup, and nails, no, sorry. Okay.
It does when you're a stripper. Damn it.
What about the, you know what?
I love you.
That's it, I'm switching.
Yep.
Let me keep
I'm
going.
going back.
Let me keep going because some of the stuff you guys ask might be on here, and then by all means I'll take questions at the end. Meals. Meals. Now, this is not I stop at Taco Bell every time after my party. That don't count. But like once a month at the meeting like this, yes. It's a team meeting, so yes, this meal would count. When you're out of town because of Pure Romance, like national training, world conference, bus tour, those meals count. Absolutely.
So next week Yep.
Any other travel. No, he has me put my travel all in one lump sum. If you don't go to My Guy, you might want to ask these questions ahead of time to see how they like to categorize it. But any other type of travel, he allows me to put my flight, hotel, Uber, just in one travel category. Uber? Hell yeah!
You said Uber.
Uber. I said Uber. Did I say Uber? Uber.
Good.
Boob job's not a write-off. So any other travel for Pure Romance related. Now this could be you have a friend or family member out of town and you travel to them to go to a party for them and you legit did a party because you made money but you had to spend money to make money. Mm-hmm. That's basically what this is. These are things that we have to spend in order to be successful. Hold it, write it down so you don't forget. I'll get to you at the end, babe. So like flight, luggage fees, Uber, hotel, anything like that I put in a travel category. The actual registration fee for an event I would put under education or training, and then the food I keep separate in a food category. Does that make sense? Replacing your demo. What if a toy breaks and you have to replace it? What did that cost you? No, don't put that the main attraction's $199. You're going to do $199 at your 40% off or whatever. Your cost of replacing your demo. Keep track of that stuff, guys. Every time that Body Dew runs low and you got to buy a new one. Oh, we got a new scent. I bought the Dirty French for my demo. That's a write-off. I dropped my thing and it shattered. somebody at the party, broke a toy, the lingerie ripped, you get the idea. Anything for your demo and you replaced it, put that down at your cost. Discounts given at parties. Oh, I know. So when you're giving your guests discounts, when you're giving your hostesses discounts, when you're giving away free product, my tax guy puts this under hostess incentives. Again, at my cost, not the full retail. It's that at my cost. Any team gifts? Any team gifts? So when you guys see us doing recognition, whether we're buying product or we bought gift cards or whatever, team gifts are a write-off. Write it down, even if you're sitting there going, I don't have a team. Write it down, because you don't want to forget this for when you do start building a team. That way you have all of this in one document. Any type of team gifts, any type of team events. So we had a team retreat recently, and I had to come out of pocket just a little bit for some stuff. I would put that under team as well. He does do 2 categories. He does team gifts and team events. He does do 2 separate ones for me. Now, this is a fact. This isn't just my guy. This is like a legit thing. You can either do mileage or gas. You can't do both. My guy does mileage. This might be a good thing to ask your professional. Hey, in your professional opinion, should I do mileage or gas? And that way you know to plan accordingly to track one or the other. Because you can only do one, you can't do both. My guy swears by mileage. So what I do, because this is my full-time job, is I take my mileage at the beginning of the year and my mileage at the end of the year. Because most of the time when I'm driving somewhere, it is for pure romance. I'm doing parties, I'm doing team meetings. He takes like a couple thousand off. Because obviously sometimes you're going to the grocery store, or you're going out, on date night. I'm like, hey, date night should be a write-off. Product research. But if you have a full-time job, that might not work for you. You might want to download an app called Mile IQ. Or something like that to really track your mileage. Or you can keep track after every party. Write it down somewhere, keep a notebook. That party was X amount of miles away, that meeting was X amount of miles away. And then just add that up at the end of the year. Have an Excel spreadsheet if you want. Because with Excel, it adds all the columns for you automatically. You could do that too. Whatever works best for you. You can do mileage or gas. You just can't do both. And if you're going to do mileage, make sure you track it. And if you're going to do gas, make sure you're always keeping your receipts. Let me run down page 1 just to make sure I didn't forget anything and give you guys a chance to catch up on your notes. Along with the PBF donations, any other donations that you do, any other charitable donations that you do is totally a write-off. So keep track of all that stuff. If you have student loans, any interest you paid on your student loans is a tax write-off.
Nice people at the government send you a paper for that.
Yep, and yeah, they do send you a paper for that. Thank you, Connie. They should send you a paper for that in the mail as well. So keep an eye out for that. Interest paid on student loans, and you should get something in the mail. The fee that you paid to get your taxes done last year. The fee that you paid your accountant or H&R Block or TurboTax, which you're not going to do anymore because you're all going to go to CPAs from now on. But whatever it cost you last year to get your taxes done, that is a write-off. It was a necessity, right? Tolls. So if you have an Easy Pass, I suggest Easy Pass. I think it's super easy. And then you can just go on the website and you can track it. What?
Easy Pass.
Easy Pass is easy. Get out of here. If you don't have an Easy Pass, make sure you're getting in the habit of asking for receipts at the toll booth, and then adding those up as well. Any parking fees. So if you had to go to a party and you had to park in a parking ramp and spend money, or you had to go to a training and you had to park somewhere and spend money, parking is also a write-off. And then think of all those other things that come out of your account automatically that you might forget about. So if you use Cinch Share, which is like a system that automatically posts for you in your events, that's a monthly fee. The Media Center is a monthly fee. I use Stamps.com, that's a monthly fee. I would put that with my postage. Think of all that other stuff you guys might have that's business related, not Netflix, sorry. Not the gym, sorry. Health insurance. How much did you pay in health insurance a month? That's a write-off. Unless you get health insurance through your full-time career, that is a question you might want to ask. I am fully self-employed. I don't have health insurance through anything. I pay out of pocket every single month as an independent contractor. So for me, that is a tax write-off. If you get health insurance through your job, even if you pay the difference, I'm honestly not sure if that's a write-off. Write it down and put a question mark next to it. That'd be a really good question for your CPA. And then what you're gonna have to do is also bring in any type of W-2 that you get for your full-time job as well. Don't forget that. When you're bringing in your Pure Romance stuff, bring in anything else that you're getting from a regular job too, because your personal is gonna do both for you. And then any wages paid to any type of office assistants or party assistants, any wages you paid them, and if you pay them in product, make sure you mark that down at your cost, not the retail cost, but your cost.
And so what was the last thing you just
Health insurance, and then
Yes.
wages paid to office assistants or party helpers.
Oh.
And again, if you are doing that via product, you want to give them your cost, not the retail cost. You guys ready for this? Home office stuff. This is the best, because this is shit you were already paying for before you had a Pure Romance business, and now it's a tax write-off because you're a small business owner. Your rent and or mortgage.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Only if you have a home office.
If you have a home office, which all of you do, if all of you do, I don't care if you're sitting on your living room with an iPad on your lap, unless someone's coming in and auditing you
Yeah.
and looking around, you're fine. What you're gonna have to know though is the square footage of your entire home and or apartment, and then also the square footage of just your office. Because there's some ratio. You don't gotta know the math. If your CPA is good enough, they'll do it themselves. If they're not good enough, go to my guy. And I don't say that to be cocky, but like he's amazing. You're gonna love him. He knows what he's doing. He's like, oh, Pure Romance again. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And like he'll remember stuff. If he's like, well, what about this? But what about this? And you're like, oh, I forgot. Like Russell's got you, man. Russell loves us. I've brought him so much business. The past few years, he loves us. He's right in Orchard Park. So you're gonna want to know the square footage of your entire home and or apartment, and then also the square footage of just your home office. And if you're like, my home office is my living room sitting on my couch with my iPad, fine, then just give the square footage of your living room. Like, it's whatever. It'll be fine. You are working from home. And then the rent that you paid and or your mortgage you paid total throughout the whole year. So that every month times 12. If you have any type of renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance, which, yes, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I think if you're a homeowner, you have to have it. I don't really think it's negotiable. If you rent, y'all 100% need renter's insurance.
Yeah, because if something ever happens.
If something happens. So, sidebar, I did not know this until a couple years ago. Your auto insurance does not cover the belongings in your car. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah, you guys did, because you guys work insurance.
Because I have to tell someone
Yes.
that at least twice a day.
Right?
Yeah.
So think of it this way. Your car insurance, your auto insurance only covers, picture it as like if you were to pick up your vehicle and flip it over, anything that can fall out, not covered.
Totally true.
Your personal belongings, not covered. That stuff wants to go on your renter's insurance. So with having a demo, inventory, iPad, computer, printer, Apple Watch, I don't care, any valuable shit you own, you want that covered on your renter's insurance.
Don't leave shit in your car.
And don't leave important, expensive shit in your car.
That is my number one recommendation to you.
And it is cheap. It is so cheap, you guys. Like $50 a month type of cheap. Like, it's so worth it, because God forbid I get in an accident and all of my lube and dildos and vibrators are sprawled all over the 90. I don't want to replace that out of my pocket. Right, where I would claim that, my renter's insurance, and I would get a check to replace my demo, replace my iPad, all that type of stuff. So I will get off my soapbox now, but write that down in your to-do list on a separate piece of paper with a star and an underline and a picture, so you don't forget. To get some renter's insurance. Mine's bundled with my auto, which is pretty awesome. And then your renter's and or home owner's insurance is a tax write-off. Any type of utilities. Water, trash, heat, electric. Can someone grab that door for me, please, if it's open? Thank you. So like National Fuel, National Grid, all that good stuff. Those are all write-offs. Because you need them for your home office to function. You're spending money in order to have a home office. You're spending money in order to make money. Make sense? Internet. Internet's a write-off. So is your cell phone. The actual cell phone bill itself is a write-off. Along with the actual cell phone if you had to buy a new one, like we talked about earlier with electronics. If you have a home security system, like ADT or SmartSafe or something like that, that's a write-off. If you have any type of business coach, financial coach, anything like that that you pay, that's a write-off. If you bought a new vehicle outright and you paid the taxes on it, that is a write-off. And if you bought a house and had to pay any closing costs, that's a write-off.
Wow, that's cool.
Any legal fees? If you had to go to court, if you had to do anything regarding your business. Not no baby mama drama, sorry. Any legal fees? And then everyone here should also really, really, truly consider, if this is your full-time gig, getting a retirement system, having some sort of retirement fund. If you have a full-time job, you might already have a certain amount of your paycheck going into the retirement, so this part is optional for you. But if you are self-employed and self-employed only, or if this is the majority of what you do, you might have a little side gig on the side. Like I work at a boutique 2 days a week just to get out of the house, but like this is my main bread and butter. Setting up a retirement. We can do something called a SEP, SCP, stands for self-employment. And then, even if you're only putting in $50 a month, guys, it's better than nothing, and with an aggressive account with high interest, it's going to make money for you when you're ready to retire, because I don't want to be slanging dildos when I'm 70. Let's be real. Okay, and then I let my guy know how much I put in my retirement, because that does factor in then how much I owe at the end of the year. The more I put into my retirement, the less I owe the IRS. I'd rather pay myself than pay Uncle Sam. If you get to the point where you're owing, your professional should have the wherewithal to set you up on automatic payments, so you're paying into it every year quarterly. That way you don't owe a big chunk at the end of the year. A lot of you don't have to worry about, but write it down just to keep in the back of your mind. Retirement, talk to your CPA about retirement. And talk to your CPA about estimated payments, which again, you might not have to cross that bridge until you start owing. All right, friends, anyone have questions for me? And again, I am not a CPA. I cannot legally give tax advice, but for one consultant to the next, does anyone have any questions? Yes? Training. It's not, so my guy doesn't ask to actually physically see my receipts, right? Like I bring this in because I added up the math myself. If God forbid I ever got audited, I would have to prove every single penny. Technically, to file your taxes, you don't need that. But if you ever got audited, they'd want proof. But you could honestly write something up and have her sign it. Yeah.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Like receipts, like when we pay each other for retreats.
You can take pictures too of I didn't know you didn't have to take your receipts, so the first time I went to a CPA, I screenshotted every PayPal transaction, every square. I just screenshotted them and printed them off and brought them in.
Wow. Yeah, you could do that. You could screenshot stuff if it's virtual, like via Venmo and PayPal. It's a good idea. And then just have one album in your phone that you save them in, or one you upload them into the cloud or something. Great idea. So yeah, if you ever got audited, you would need all of that. Yes, love.
So you said no hair, makeup, and nails, but what about professional clothes?
No, unfortunately not. Regular professional clothing, no. Hair, makeup, nails, no. PR gear, though, like stuff that's branded, yes. And this would go under marketing or promotions. If you're actually buying stuff from PR gear that has the logo on it, bags, water bottles, clothing, that would go under marketing, yes. That would be fine. Actual professional clothing, unfortunately not. But ask your CPA. They might have a gray area. They might have somewhere else that they throw it. My guy told me no. And he always teeters the line of the gray area. So if he could push it, he would. Yeah.
So you said rent and renter's insurance.
Yep.
I know we can do mileage for the car, but what about a car payment or car insurance?
No.
No.
Car payment, no. Car insurance, no. Mileage or gas. Yeah.
Car payment, no.
Car payment, no. Car insurance, no.
But finance on a car loan, you can.
The interest that you pay?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
a certain amount of your car loan if you bought a new car.
So it's kind of the same.
I thought it was the taxes. Is it the taxes or the interest?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, sorry.
Ask your CPA.
Taxes.
Ask your CPA, because it taxes on a vehicle. There is something there with your vehicle. Taxes possibly. But the actual car payment, no. Car insurance, no. And then gas or mileage. But renters or homeowners insurance is a yes. What else you got?
You said legal fees, but what if somebody took product from you and didn't pay you back, but you didn't go to court?
No.
What is?
Yeah. Put that under loss. You can even throw it under replacing your demo.
Replacing demo.
Under replacing demo. That's a great question, Rochelle. So if somebody got you gave them product and they never paid you, You can put that under miscellaneous losses. You could throw that under replacing your demo, just because it's like a place to put product that came out of pocket. Yeah,
Can I add to that?
yeah.
So I personally keep 3 huge order forms in my office at the start of the year. And I have one for replacing demo, I have one for giving to team members, and I have one for just like legit product testing. So since all 3 are like write-offs, anytime I go to like, okay, I'm buying the new product set, adding to my demo, I go through and check every item on that order form, and then all year long, I just keep putting little tallies. Same with, okay, I'm giving Coochie away as a team gift tonight, I go on and put a tally. Same with product testing, and then at the end of the year, I count up all the tallies, total retail, divided by 2 because I'm at 50%, and then that's the number I put into the sheet that Kayla was talking about and hand to my guy.
That's awesome. Thank
So
you.
It's just an easy way to keep track of it throughout the year.
I'm so warm. I also forgot to say product for personal use.
Yeah,
Product for personal use.
product
So when you're adding up the products that you added to your demo, when you're adding up any products that you gave to team members, you can absolutely do product that you kept for personal use. 100%.
And that would all be separate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you'd have like your hostess incentives. Hostess incentives would be hostess credit and any sales you did at parties at your cost. Right, you'd have a separate one for team gifts or team incentives at your cost. You would have personal product testing that you kept at your cost. And then why don't you have a miscellaneous one? Keep a miscellaneous one, like for Rochelle, like for what you brought up, like somebody didn't pay me, but they got their product anyway. And then I would do a separate one as well for donations, like when you make donation baskets. Do that, or like I gave like my mom like Coochie for Christmas or Body Boost for Christmas. You could either put that under like the donation one or the miscellaneous one or the personal one. Don't forget about that when you're giving products away as gifts, when you're making donation baskets, when you're keeping it for personal. And then, yeah, replacing your demo, people who got shit and didn't pay you, that is a loss, technically, right? Like, you didn't make money, but it cost you money because you bought this product, and then whatever happened made you not make profit on it.
How do you like prove that?
I've never had to. That would be a great question for your CPA.
text messages that you've been sending to the damn bitch that is ignoring you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Seriously, though.
there's going to be some, like, personal use or giving gifts to my mom you probably can't prove. When I give donations, I ask them if they even have a donation letter or even, like, a flyer for their event when I do donations. And then, yeah, if it's someone who didn't pay you, you probably have some sort of conversation, right?
Yeah.
Email, text, Facebook message. Replacing your demo, I mean, I don't really know how do we prove that. I've never had to. That's a great question for your CPA. If, God forbid, I had to prove it, what should I do now to back my ass up?